So, generally, I don't make friggin' posts in the middle of the night, but I happen to have the brand new, those right there, the, Roomba S9 Plus and the, Braava Jet, M6. And they've been running for about 12 hours-ish in the house. S9 Plus first. It's much more powerful. The vacuum is better. The navigation is a little bit better than, say, the i7 Plus. But the best part about it is that it understands the world a bit better. It still, even though it doesn't ship with the what do you call them, the little blockers, little lighthouses. They used to be called lighthouses, so I'll call them lighthouses. The lighthouses. It still understands them. It's much more sensitive to them than the i7 Plus, so you'll have to adjust them. If you're using both vacuums on the same floor, you'll desperately have to come up with a compromise. But yeah, it's a bit faster. The S9 is maybe 20% faster. But the i7 Plus was nice and quiet and just like dolled around and like had fun, and it was a good vacuum. Where the S9 is like serious, like brute force, like, hey, let's move furniture out of the way. I mean, like furniture like couches. Yeah, it'll push a 100-pound couch if you let it. And I guess that's the biggest problem with the S9 is it's brutal. It doesn't know when to stop. It's putting all of that traction down. The vacuum, the pickup bar is much bigger. The vacuum suction is much higher. It gets stuck on regular carpets. If you're moving from like a hardwood to a carpet, it will get stuck on that. It does a little dance. It frees itself, but it figures it out. But it's nowhere near as elegant right now as the i7 Plus. The i7 Plus is an excellent machine, and that's the one I would currently buy. As for the mop, the M6 friggin' what do they call it? Braava Jet mop. Having had both series of the previous mops, and there's a constellation actually hidden down over there. It's by far the recommendation. If you have hardwood floors, don't buy the S9. If you have an i7, what I'm seeing from leaks inside the software is that it will talk to the new Braava Jet M6 mop. So everything will be fine. And you'll get the same mopping performance. I've seen that 6 times in the app. I've tried to collect it. It's been painful. Every time I see it come up, I try and take a screenshot, and it just disappears before I can get there. But if you already have a i7 Plus, the Braava Jet will eventually work with your i7 Plus and do all the after mopping features and be a wonderful addition to your home. The Braava Jet M6 is how do you say this, for a lack of a better word, almost perfect. It mops where the vacuum can't because it's smaller. It actually gets between all of my chairs. KevlarCondom on Twitter, KevlarCondom on Instagram. You can go and find all the video and all the images of it getting under chairs and stuff. It is polite. It doesn't knock things over like the S9 does. And it's just a beautiful appliance to work with. It parks itself. It lets you know when it's getting low on fluid. It really doesn't care how much dirt is in its pad. That's up to you to clean. And I think that's how it should be. It has no pad monitoring features. So, I mean, if you like Swiffered your floors before and you know that, hey, this entire like level takes a Swiffer or it takes 2 Swiffers, you should know that when it's recharging, you should probably change out the pad if you take 2 Swiffers. The jet spray, it goes forward and hits something. So, hang on. Goes forward, touches, backs up, then sprays. It goes forward. So, it will never spray on anything that you don't want to spray on. It won't spray on your couch. It won't spray on your carpet. It won't spray on anything. I have no complaints about the M6. The M6 is probably default. If you had to buy an iRobot device today, it would just, and you had hard floors, it would be the M6. If you had lots and lots of carpet, if you like quiet operation, and you don't and you don't mind vacuuming, say like once a month on your own, buy the i7 Plus. If you truly don't mind noise, the low noise setting on the S9 Plus is a little bit louder than the i7 running normally. If you don't mind noise, the S9 on, just set it to maximum. And if you have lots of carpet, just set it and let it go, and it will be perfect. And yeah, the follow after mapping, once both appliances are done mapping, mop after vacuum works perfectly. I've got no complaints on mop after vacuum. And it's hard to do this video because these are, nobody's doing reviews, so I have nothing to go off of. And they're running right now, and they're still running. I've owned 9 iRobot devices. You'll see if you follow me on any of the things, you'll see a few of them in the background. The Braava Jet M6 is the best thing iRobot has released to the market so far. The S9, for many people, will be way overkill. It's probably comparable to a Dyson V10 or a V11 on low, or on even medium. It's that loud. It is that aggressive. The i7 Plus was like a sweet spot. It was like almost perfect. But we live in the days of, everyone's got to have a better vacuum and a better thing, and everyone's going to like put this through tests that are like built out of cardboard boxes to show, throughput, and none of that's relevant. Just moving my i7 Plus upstairs, up over there, has changed my opinion of the i7. The i7 went from excellent to superb. The S9 will probably have to have some software upgrades and will probably grow on me. But, yeah. I have no problems with it. It's really aggressive. It pushes 100-pound couches out of the way. It moves furniture when you don't want it to. And it doesn't ship with optical lighthouses. So you can't say, no, bad, S9, don't go there. You have to buy those independently. I have like 7 of them, so it's not a problem. But hey, first public review of the devices. My opinion is, if you have hardwood floors, flat out buy the M6. Nothing better. There's nothing on the planet that can beat the M6 for getting your hardwood floors done well, if you don't mind like cleaning up little bits of dust and stuff. The S9 is a problem. It's loud, it's noisy, it's rambunctious, it's powerful. If you have a big house and you have really heavy furniture. That couch is probably, 112, 115 pounds. And it pushed that couch. Also, if you are a Roomba house, the S9 is a fraction bit taller. So everything it used to scrape under, now it's going to get stuck. So you have to, lift all of your couches and stuff, which was a big old Roomba problem back when they were at 284 and they went up to like 257. Now they're up at like 311. I don't know what this one's at, but I'm using Post-it notes. So that it doesn't get stuck. Yeah. But welcome to alpha, beta, reviews of stuff that isn't released to the public yet. No, I've signed no NDAs. My opinions are my own. I'm just a Roomba fan who got to work with them on a little bit of software. So you have fun. They're wonderful devices. The S9 cleans about 5 or 6 times better than the i7, but you have to have a room where the S9 can do its best. The i7 is infinitely better for general purpose people. I don't know how to say that. I'm probably not a general purpose people because I've got a big ass telescope over there. But the Braava Jet M6, if you have hardwood floors, go for it. If you've never had a Braava Jet before, buy the M6. It will fix everything for you. The S9. The S9. We're come down to the problem of the S9. Having the i7 for almost a year now, and putting the i7 up in my upper room over that way, over, how do I do this? That way. So if you're moving on from a 980 or a 960 or anything before that, welcome to the new generation. But the S9 is brutal. It's harsh. It's vulgar. Should we say vulgar? It's actually vulgar. It displays its power infinitely. It will shove your couch out of the way if it gets stuck. Where the i7 just calmly goes about its business and doesn't really care what it's doing. Yeah, so if you stuck with me for like 17 minutes, you're insane. But that's my honest opinion after having these bots for 12 hours. I will do some type of review. I don't know what, but we'll figure it out. Have a wonderful whatever, and thanks for watching. Oh, button. I have to push button. Button ain't here. Button ain't. That's not button. That's not button.